going on, guys? Today I'll be doing some more maintenance on the Tahoe, and I also did go ahead and change out the hood to the HD hood. As you guys can see, it's already on right now, and it was a real simple install to do, nothing special, so it bolts right in. It was from a 99 to 02 Chevy Silverado 2500. I think it gives it a little bit more of a custom look right there, so later on I can add the cowl or maybe change out to a different hood, but for now this should be good right there. From the inside, I just went ahead and put on the factory pad back on, and this light right here, which doesn't work, but later on I'm gonna probably remove it and change it out. And right over here, it just uses three 13mm bolts on the left and right, so they bolt right up, and there's really nothing else to it. And so today I'll be doing a little bit of work. As you guys can see, I got a new EGR valve, the Serpentine belt, and also in the interior with the cabin filters. All right, so these are the parts I'll be changing out in the Tahoe today. The passenger's manifold with the EGR tube, the EGR, and I also got me some new bolts and gaskets for the EGR, as well as the belts because they started squeaking. So I got the big Serpentine belt and then also the AC one right here. I've never tried these, but they're supposed to be a little bit better, so I'll be trying them out today. For the gaskets on the manifold, it comes with this one right here, but I don't really like this style, so I removed the ones that I had on the Yukon because I had just placed them on. And these are the steel ones, so I'll be using these. I like these better. I have both, but I'm only going to be using the passenger side. And since I'm doing some maintenance, I'm also going to be replacing the cabin air filter because I haven't changed it out since I got the truck and after I fixed the AC. On the manifold, it does come with the new studs here, as well as these bolts, and it also had a block off plate, but I removed it, so now it's all open for the EGR. On this manifold, it does have this here. I'm not sure what it's for. My Tahoe doesn't have it, so I'm just gonna leave it blocked off. The reason I'm doing all this is because when I purchased the Tahoe, the tube was broken here, so it had a exhaust leak, and then the manifold got welded closed, so I'm just gonna replace the whole thing instead of drilling it out because I think it's gonna be a little bit faster, and also new components. And the EGR valve I already had brand new. I also have the original one, but I'll just go ahead and put them all new now. And I'll have these items linked down below in the description if you guys wanted to check them out as well. I'm gonna start off with the Serpentine belts right here because they're pretty easy. So it's got a 15mm right here. I'll try to get it from here and then just slide it off the belt. So it's easier with two hands, but it's off right there. The good thing is that I have a lot of space because I don't have the clutch fan here anymore, so they're electric and I could just take this off. On the AC belt, I just removed my 15mm and then using the 3/8 ratchet. So I'll try to slide this off through the back and it should come off. And if you are doing it with two hands, it's going to be much easier than one hand, but it's off right there. And you can see it just comes off. So I'll go ahead and bring out the new ones and put them on. You can see right here where the belt was all rubbing, it was leaving everywhere some rubber. First, I'll do the AC Serpentine belt because if not, it won't let me do the larger one in front. All right, and that one's good, nice and tight, and it's looking better with that green. I laid the bigger belt on top, so I just gotta loosen up my tensioner, but you can see it going down here this way, and then it's going around this part in this area all the way up, and then I can just do the tensioner and pull it down in this section right here. All right, so I got the belt right there, and I'm liking how it looks green. It actually looks like I changed the part, so let's go ahead and try it out and make sure I have no more squeaking. If not, then I'll probably have to end up replacing the tensioner here because I didn't replace it today. And now for the trickier one, which is the manifold. It's not that hard, but sometimes it can be kind of tricky because the bolts can break. So I got some 10mm that I'll be taking off from right here, all around this area. And I have to unplug all my spark plugs and remove this 15mm for the dipstick on the oil tube. I'm working on the last bolt for the manifold, and this is the hardest one because there's not a lot of space. But if you're doing this, just make sure and take your time. You don't want to like rush it because you don't want to bust the bolt or strip the bolt. So I'm just taking it off slowly because I don't want to strip this bolt. and it's the tightest. You know, there's not a lot of room in here. And here's my old manifold, so you can see where it got welded closed, and also the studs are broken in there. That's why I just decided to replace the whole thing. The tube dipstick for the Tahoe, it looks like it's broken from the bottom, so it's probably in the block, and this is all I have left over. And here I have my old dipstick from the Yukon. You can see this one was broken as well, and somebody had added some RTV or silicone, so I'll just be doing this because I don't want to be messing with the block right now, and I gotta drive the truck. So I'll go ahead and install it and add some RTV back here. I finally got my new exhaust manifold installed, and it was a bit tricky, but it just took some patience and time. What I did to make it a little bit simpler was start off with the back bolt first on the manifold, and then I was able to put the rest of the bolts here. After that, I installed this tube right here, so it uses the two 13mm, and I went ahead and did the bottom bolt first because, as you can see, you can only see the top bolt. Installing the two bolts here was a little bit difficult, but I got them done. And after that, I was able to mount the bracket for the EGR valve into the cylinder head with the two bolts right here. Those were pretty simple. And the last part was installing this tube right here into the intake manifold. This was one of the hardest parts right here. I had to like form it into place because it only uses one bolt on top, which is the 8mm. And you can see there on the bottom, there's no bolt. So I had to kind of align it so that it wouldn't have no gaps. But I got it done. So if you're doing something like this, just, you know, take your time with this one right here and this piece right here as well. Since my Tahoe is a 01, it does use cabin filters inside here, but I believe the 03 to 06 won't have them. And I'm just gonna remove this cover. It's got a couple of 7mm. You can see one right here. And now that that panel is off, there's another bolt right over here, which is gonna take this cover off, and then this is where the filters are at. And for this job, I like using this mini ratchet because it fits almost everywhere. And I'll have it linked down below if you guys wanna check it out as well. So this one's almost off. This one should just come off right there. All right, it's pretty dirty. And it looks like they never changed the filter because it definitely has a lot of dirt in there. So I'm glad I'm changing them out today. Yeah, it's like super dirty. It definitely needed to be changed out. The other one's tucked up all back here, so I just gotta take it out. And I'll probably be blowing out this section so that I can get all the dirt out.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to vacuum right here. This is like super dirty.
Bruh.
So I got them as clean as I could, and it looks pretty good in there now. Had a lot of dirt. So I'll just put in my filters with the arrows going towards the driver's side, since the box right here flows that way, and I can just slide it in. All right, that's one. All up in there with that arrow facing back. And the last one. These might have been the original filters and nobody ever changed them out, but they look real dirty. That's the numbers right there. And I'm just glad that I did go ahead and change them out today. After driving it a couple of weeks, you can see that it started squeaking again, and there's some rubber in here. So I'll be changing out the tensioner pulley right here, and that should fix it because I was checking it out and it felt a little bit loose. So I got a replacement right here, and I'll also link it down below. So let me go ahead and remove this. It has a 15mm bolt right here. All right, so I got my idler pulley off, and this is what it looks like. So I'll just have to remove this bolt out of here and put it on the new one, as well as the spacer. It has like a locking nut style, so I'll have to cut this off so I can remove this piece and then just move it over. And here's a better look at the new rubber that was coming off, so you can see it was a lot. So hopefully this will fix it now and it should be good. Right here on the right side is the one that came in the truck, and I managed to remove the little locking nut, so I got it off, and I'll try to reuse it. And then this piece comes off, so this will go back on the new one. And then in the front, if I remove the bolt and then this adapter, you can see there's nothing holding it in place here. The new one is a dormant part, and it came with this adapter. All right, that should be good. And I won't be using this because it won't be needed in this case. Everything's back together, the new idler pulley and the belt. So let me try it out one more time. I didn't hear any squealing, so it looks good, and I'll just keep an eye on it. And if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe, and check out the next upgrades here.